Oh, we're standing up.
If you're obviously you're 21 if you're up, but now if you have a CHL, can you stay standing?
Yeah, real soon.
Okay, I was worried this was going to backfire. Okay, so funny. So of you guys that have your CHL, do you feel like put in a situation you could do what was necessary to protect people? Or you could at least try and do something and not just be in a yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that kind of goes along with like the accuracy or the and I know you were going to talk about you can sit down, sorry. Yeah, sit down.
I understand that you can be put under pressure, but I would, and I'm sure a lot of people would at least feel safer that they still have their firearm with them.
There was a comment just made just briefly about the dorms and having firearms in dorms. Well, the majority of students that live in dorms are under the age of 21, so they wouldn't be able to obtain a CHL.
Also, if you have a gun, normally you have a safe to go with that. So if you don't have it on you, if you're going out to Northgate, you have somewhere locked, safe that you put it. Also, for the class, it's 1 day that you have to do it at, and you have to know to shoot beforehand. Because if they see that you're not capable of shooting and loading a magazine, they won't pass you and give you your CHL.
And then the average police response time around the schools is like 13 minutes, so the shooting's already going to be over. And people who have their CHLs, they go out and shoot their guns just for recreation. They don't just have a gun just carried around with them. They'll go out, so it'll be training, and when you need it, it will be instinct to pull that gun out. And, yeah, it all comes down to the training.
And by the time they get there, it's over and done with. So if someone, would have a CHL, then they could potentially prevent someone from going further.
And with A&M being very crowded, everyone's reaction if they hear gunshots, you're going to hit the deck. You're going to take cover. You're not going to just keep sitting there wondering where the sound came from. What was that?
Hello?
Yeah.
So everybody has a CHL stand up here. How many of y'all have actually been shot at? Yeah? Yes. Right. So you get the fear that goes through your mind when that's happening?
Yes.
You get shaking?
Shaking, legs weak,
you don't want
sweat. Yeah, basically freeze up.
How many people do you think would actually go into a fight? Will go to somebody shooting and try to defend people?
Not many.
I just want to emphasize the fact that he just said, and I'm glad you said you freeze up.
I mean, but I didn't have, I didn't have a weapon on me.
Didn't. Which is
I could have prevented it, though.
Good that
but
you
I saw it coming.
great had you.
That's what I'm saying.
So, there's a chance you're probably not good. You're fighting fight or flight.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can sit down. Sorry.
That was when he didn't have a weapon on him.
That is when he didn't have a weapon on him, but I don't know how much, this is personal experience, I don't know how much you could say that having a gun on someone would lessen that so much that they would feel comfortable enough to find a target, shoot that target, and make sure that that was 100% not someone that it wasn't supposed to be.
And you said it's a crime deterrent. In Chicago, there is a gun ban, but it also has the highest gun murder rate in any city in the nation.
Yeah, we can gun ban that made us ban. They know
We also talk about handguns.
They have 3 minutes.
I mean, it's not going to deter people having guns, whether they have guns or not. I mean, either way, it's going to happen. I mean, there's no way you can argue that it's going to be deterrent because people are still going to be people. They'll still do the same thing. I mean, most criminals know that they have a chance of getting shot at. Most police officers, most people that live in any kind of shitty community know, excuse my language, know that they have no chance of getting shot at. The last one is.
Also, I wanted to point out that you asked the class to stand up and ask them how, if any of them are 21. Well, this is a senior level class, so the majority of them are probably going to be 21. But you have to look at the freshmen and the sophomores who aren't 21, who cannot carry guns on campus as well.
And two, most people don't know the training of, when you're taught to shoot down range, there's a difference because for the military, we're taught the basic, take, never, keep. It's just the basic stuff. It's about take your weapon is loaded, never point your weapon at something you don't intend to shoot. Keep your finger straight off the trigger unless you intend to fire, and keep your weapon safe until you're ready to fire. I mean, that's the basic one. And then if you shoot fifth one is know where your target's at and what lies beyond it. Most people, when they're put into that situation, they're going to be shooting into a crowd. I mean, they may have a weapon, but there's going to be people running around hectically the whole time. It's not just like people are hiding, people are trying to get away from this guy. So they have a person running up there with a pistol in their hand, trying to take out this so-called bad guy with a weapon. They're liable to hit other people running around. It's harder to miss a target than it is to hit a target.
Easier to miss a target. Yeah.
Trying to miss it.
Oh, really? Well, at least.
None of us
Hang on.
what?
Are y'all done with your 3 minutes?
We'll get
yeah,
to,
we'll get
like,
to
I feel
him.
like we.
We'll get to him. Okay, I don't know if y'all want to.
Statistically,
If you don't have anything to say,
we found statistics that showed that if a criminal was coming at you and you had a gun, that they would retreat. And that's what, I mean, they're gonna get shot, they're gonna go away. And so, I mean, if you pull out a gun, somebody's gonna go around at you.
But most statistics are looking at campus shootings all the time. Those are the people that come onto campus, they're just not. There's a lot of different campus shootings that go on and a lot of different campus crimes that entail weapons. But the ones you hear about are the ones where it's just a massacre. I mean, the people come on there with assault weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to give weapons to some of the, think about some people in the class, do you really want them to have a gun on campus?
Exactly.
But, yeah, but the thing with that is that, you know, the ones that you hear about, yes, these are people that have planned it for months, and like, there's not any, no one could have stopped. There are warning signs, but these people are psychopaths, they're crazy.
These
and
are
so,
so-called warning signs. They find,
and they're not,
there's no
less
longer.
than 5% of them actually carry a concealed hand license. So it wouldn't, it's not like, I mean, these are criminals. I mean, they're not people that are carrying, you know, that have a concealed hand license.
As to the point of freshmen and sophomores not being able to carry, it's because they're not mature enough and they're not old enough to purchase a handgun or get their CHL. And we're not just giving them guys with CHLs. Well, you also have the military. And I have tons of friends in the military who actually hate the fact they can't carry the weapons because for them, they've been deployed, they've come back. Their guns are their safety blankets. Taking that away from them makes them very uncomfortable.
Well,
Actually, if you're 18 years or older and you're in the military, you can apply for a CHL and get it.
You can apply for it, but you can't get it until you're 21.
No, if you're 18 and you're in the military, you can't get the CHL. I'd write a paper about it.
You're talking about on campus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Military.
We're not talking about
But have you seen on you know how they're supposed to be concealed, but most military guys like will be able to tell if a person is concealing a weapon on them. You know how many of them actually get on edge or will actually get irritated by just somebody doing that, and the violence that will actually come from that. I've seen guys get violent just when I know somebody has a CHL, and the person stands up in the wrong way and stuff, and they throw a beer bottle at their head.
I have a question. Well, there's beer involved, no one can have the weapons on them.
Okay, would y'all like to open it up to questions?
Yeah, you got
Yes.
She has her hand up.
Hey, well, it's not gonna be, us with the CHLs, it's not gonna be a wild, wild west fight. We're not crazy, we're running too. I'm not gonna shoot unless my back's against the wall, so there's not just gonna be bullets flying both ways.
Yeah, but you're just one of the few that would actually, there's other people that would still go there and think they're in the whole hero complex. They want to go stop it before they hurt anybody else, but it's more likely somebody else is going to get hurt.
Okay. I want to hear from Wayne, since he's actually been shot at. Is that the reason you got your CHL?
Yes.
Where'd you get shot at?
In Prairie View. This was like my freshman year. Prairie View, and
I think you're fast
I
runner.
never went back since.
Okay, Kelly? Kelly?
Y'all's whole argument is based on school shootings. I got my CHL because I was attacked outside of a clinic that I had to be at work very early in the morning, and I have access to certain things that certain criminals would want. I got my CHL for that particular protection because of being late night, having access to that kind of stuff and being attacked for that access. I now work for the vet school. I have to walk across 3 parking lots when I get off work at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning usually. And I can't carry because it's considered campus. But my key card, all you have to do is swipe it and you have access to any controlled drugs you can get inside that building. So what's to say, it's not just campus shootings. It's the weapon itself, even though it's not out of holster, it's not aimed at anyone, it's not off safety, it's still a deterrent from being attacked.
Other crimes like rape and stuff like that,
Yes.
if you're able to carry on campus, if you're walking at night and it's dark.
It's not about just firing the weapon, it's about having it as a deterrent to keep people from.
But statistically, campuses are safer than walking around town.
That is true, but also with core escorts, I've been given a escort that's smaller than me.
Yeah, this is these.
So I don't feel safe.
Some years are smaller than other years they just like jump on.
Okay, any other questions?
Wait, I have a question for you. You said you could be able to tell if somebody's a gun owner. Would I look like I'd be somebody who carried a gun on me all the time?
You have one then.
Some guys actually have guns.
Two wooden cutouts of like what normal guns are, and I was gonna hide them and ask if you could take them. I had one. I forgot it was today. But most people, you can't tell, especially with a girl. I have it in my purse whenever I'm, well, obviously not on campus, but when I'm out, like I have it in my purse all the time, and you would not be able to tell. My gun is this big. It fits in the back pocket of my pants.
Yeah, but some guys in the military just can tell off the demeanor of somebody that has a weapon.
Yeah, but
it's easy.
if I didn't see and I said my CHL, I guarantee you guess I would not have had my CHL.
I have a question though for everybody that does have their CHL. Do you feel like you would be at a disadvantage if you had to have maybe gone through an extra 3 or 4 hours of training to be situationally aware? Like, do you think that would have
Do you feel like you need more
worsened
training?
No.
things?
Well, because most people just get it. Yeah, they shot for. I'm like in his case, but he got it for protection because he got shot before. But most I've hunted.
But we're talking about like just like a simple course of like going through like
A simulator.
I would simulate an environment.
See, and you would benefit from
But it
the
helps you learn
experience.
more.
It would help you to
Would
Would
they go, we were talking about how it would affect people on campus.
Depends if you're high.
But you would have
Hey, just get everybody high, allow weed on.